What is up, YouTube? So, we had some questions on the channel regarding some of our add-ons we did to the boat. Some of them was on the boat when we bought it. We got the dealership to install it for us. Other ones we did ourselves. One of the things that was asked was how we set up our 3-bank battery charger. So we did a video. We just got back from a week-long camping trip at Raystown Lake. There was going to be a video up. We did a little bit of a walkthrough of the campground, showing the different sites, some of the stuff that you can do up there if you don't like fishing, with the mountain bike trails, the BMX track, all that. We have some videos of that coming out very soon. Actually, I think my son is working on them right now, editing up some footage that we took. And we also did some more, we touched in more detail on certain aspects of the add-ons on our 22 DLX fishing barge by Sun Tracker. One of the questions we got asked was our 3-bank battery charger. So, again, there's a video of that coming out, but I made a very crappy drawing. You can see that. Back up a little bit. There it is. So basically, let me walk you through this. You have a 3-bank battery charger. Or if you have 2 batteries, it'll be a 2-bank, single bank, whatever you have. If you're not sure how to wire this. If ours is a 3-bank, so our 3rd bank goes back to our back batteries. It's fused. The reason for that is if you're plugged into 110 and you have a power surge, the theory behind it is you'll pop your fuse before you do damage to anything beyond the fuse. If you come over to this side, there's banks 1 and 2. Those go up to our trolling motor batteries, which is a 24-volt battery trolling motor system. Again, they're fused. And it goes the red wire to the positive, black wire to negative. Right, and then it's the same thing on all 3 legs of the battery charger. The factory battery charger, or not factory, the Minn Kota battery charger that we bought, the leads were like 5 foot long, so I extended them. I bought heater hose from AutoZone. It was, you pay by the foot, whatever, I forget now what it was. And I figured out how many wires that I needed to take from the console to the front of the boat and from the console to the back of the boat. And I made 1 pull in each tube or hose. You don't want to do more than 1 pull. That sucked horribly. Would I do it over again? Yeah, probably, because that's just the reason I did it was I did not want to have any wires exposed to the water, so once I put it in that heater hose, I don't have to worry about the wires getting wet and the insulation breaking down. Whether or not that would happen, I don't know. I don't want to take the chance. My wife works at AutoZone, so I had it readily available to me, and it wasn't overly expensive. And then I drilled holes in the battery compartment in the front of the boat, and in the console compartment, and then in the back battery compartment. And then I siliconed all my holes shut. That way it made it all waterproof. I did put pull strings in. I would highly recommend that if you do that way. Now, you don't have to do it that way. That's just the way we did it. There's many different ways to do it. You don't even have to put it in any kind of an insulation. The wires themselves should be insulated enough, or you can get a marine grade wire. Well, basically what I did was I looked at the size wire that came on the leads for the 3-bank battery charger, and I just matched up some regular stranded wire and then just pulled that. Stay condom together, butt splices, and then I went to a fuse block, and then from the fuse block I went down to the batteries. Again, in the video you'll see that. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to do a quick diagram for you guys because in the video you can't see it overly well. You can, but it's mess. Like, there's wires that are going everywhere in our console. Some are going to other things that we've added. Some are just wires for the future in case we want to add anything else. Because like I said, whenever you pull these through that heater hose, it's a once and done thing. You can't get a second set through. At least not easily. It would be very, very hard to do it. It was hard the first time. So, and then this here is just your 110 coming off the 3-bank. You can plug that into any kind of an extension cord and into 110 power. Your standard outlet, pretty much. So hopefully that helps you guys. Here you see another visual. If you guys are curious about wiring it, and in the 3-bank, I'm assuming the 2 banks are the same, there's a very detailed wiring diagram. It makes it very simple. It's really not hard. I would buy, if you're going to make any splices, it might have the remote chance of getting wet. I would do your shrink tubing built into your stay-cons, crimp it, use a lighter or heat gun, and suck it down, heat tape or heat tubing. I'm sure everybody's done that at one point in time in our life. If not, that's a good way to learn. So anyway, hopefully that helps, and enjoy the video. Alright, so the way we did our trolling motor, or our 3-bank battery charger, was I put a fuse block here, and then these are the leads coming in. It was, I believe, number 12 gauge wire. It went from the 3-bank. I pulled them underneath the boat in the tube. John, if you see the tube, the tube is right here. You see that tube right there? I kept it the way my wires didn't get any. I wasn't worried about my wires getting wet that way. Went to the fuse, and then from the fuse I went down to each of the sets of batteries. There's 2 up front and 1 in the rear. You see I just went to the terminals, and I used shrink tape or shrink tubing to keep them watertight. Then I'll go back and show you underneath the console. If you look in here, there's 3 leads coming off the 3-bank battery charger over on this side. Behind this panel, I mounted this myself. It may be a little bit crooked, but there behind this panel, there's where I spliced in these. These came in, they were like, I believe, 4 foot, 5 foot long. It wasn't real long, so I just added my own wires, and I matched up my wires to the size wires these were. 2 of these go to the front 2 batteries, which I showed you. Those go to our trolling motors, or for our trolling motor batteries, 24 volt. 1 set of leads go back to the main running battery, which if you look back here you can see the tubing a lot better. I went to AutoZone and I picked up, I think this is just a vacuum line, the biggest vacuum line tubing I could find. It's just a reinforced tube. It's nothing special.
It says heater hose.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a heater hose. I believe it was 3/4 or 1 inch. And then these are the leads going to the main motor battery, and that goes to the battery charger again. That's just a 3-bank. Other than that, when I bought it at Bass Pro. It was the Minn Kota. I went with Minn Kota just because everything else I have on the boat's either Humminbird or Minn Kota. I try to keep it all the same. You wouldn't have to. I have OCD like that. This, and all you do is just plug it in. It did come with mounting hardware. I don't remember if I switched it out to stainless or not, but it does have stainless. So either it came with the stainless or I bought them separate and mounted it with the stainless screws. That's pretty much it. It was 2 hours to do at top, at best. I mean, literally the hardest part was doing up all my splices.